It's Week 5 of the National Football League, and we'll see Chris Olave. He's coming off one of the best weeks we'll ever see, well over 200 yards receiving. It's the Chargers and the Broncos, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
From the second largest city in the U.S., Los Angeles, California, we've got football as EA Sports coverage of the NFL is on the air. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the L.A. Chargers. Hi, everybody. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Charger club entering play here. They come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their modest 3-game win streak. Meanwhile, for the visiting Broncos, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020. The man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And he's playing at a very high level here in this early part of the season. In fact, he leads the NFL in passing yards. Now, that's not always an indicator of success, but in his case, it is.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. A beautiful fake. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. He told us he wanted to have a big game running the football. He predicted well north of 100 yards. That's a heck of a start.
And we thought he was just blustering, right? We thought he was just kind of talking and trying to maybe talk himself into it. He knew something, and now that confidence is...
Touchdown! A great effort there. His fourth touchdown on the year. And the Chargers need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, other team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
And that's just a solid, good physical run there as he motors for 9 yards. The numbers on the ground for Williams a week ago. 21 carries, 122 yardage-wise, and a score as well.
Just an excellent performance from them on the ground last week, and that speaks to an offense that is operating at a high level on all fronts. Of course, that man running the ball, he's just seeing the field so well. But don't forget about his offensive line. They've really asserted their will out there and are confident they can repeat it again this week.
If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. 2 yards to go, second down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy. And it's 3rd down and 2. When you talk about the defense for these Chargers, they're a unit that enters play way down, number 28 in the NFL right now against the run.
When people talk about facing a challenge, they are certainly getting one in this ball game because they're facing the #1 rushing unit in the NFL, which means this is going to be a contest they've got to be prepared for from the first snap.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. Denver has the first down, the play going for 15 yards. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation we were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
From the 20, here's second down at a yard. They're going to look to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. They'll set up a throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time. A field goal try forthcoming now for the Broncos. This a 43-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They got to take care of business first.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Play action. It's Herbert. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, LA! J.K. Dobbins, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
York now for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. Javonte Williams and the rest of the Bronco offense back out onto the field. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started at the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season. And, of course, it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and, boy, are they getting downfield and creating extra blocks for him.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now a give up the middle to Williams. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd down and 4. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 23. A good pickup there at 22. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's 2nd down. He'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. And the pass is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Broncos have got it back to within a score. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. He lets it go deep for Olave. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Chris Olave, 59 yards. And the Chargers are able to extend their lead. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. So the Broncos coming out now. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. More from L.A. in a moment. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Kenneth Murray from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
They'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Greg Dulcich. And they work this well upfield across the 45. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on the heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big 3rd down play, and he did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it, and he doesn't get there, which brings up a big 4th down call.
On 4th down, it's Riley Dixon on now to kick it away for Denver. Yikes. Terrible kick, headed straight for the sidelines. So here are the Chargers to take over. And they've got the lead right now here, trying to erase the memory of the loss last week to the Raiders. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And taken down just shy of the 40.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Herbert's this throw taken in by Johnston. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Now Herbert off the bootleg. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Look at the big man rumble. Touchdown, LA! A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Chargers are able to widen their advantage. What a first half he is compiling here. He's already over 100 yards receiving and now 2 touchdowns, CD.
Brandon, you know I don't like to play the game where you start projecting when you're at a certain point. But let's face it, he's off to a tremendous start. So 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. I don't think anything's out of the question right now. He's blowing up coverages. You've got to double him every snap. Otherwise, he's going to defeat you on almost every play.
Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. From his end zone, here's Tremon Smith. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. A first carry for Samaje Perine. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's got Dulcich going across the formation. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
A gain of 9 yards. 1st down, Broncos.
Back to throw here. Same connection. Dulcich once again.
That coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end. Let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. They'll look to throw here. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 37. He'll drop to throw. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Here now, 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
He'll look to throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues, and the chains move again. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. 2nd and 5. Back to throw again. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the 1st half. And the pass is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy. A great effort there as the 1st half is winding down. And the Broncos are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the 1st half. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Charger drive about to get going. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the 2nd quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando, standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now. Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the 2nd half. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter.
And Charles, they trail here, though not really the fault of this offense.
No, they certainly did their part in the first half. But when you're in a shootout like this, you definitely want your defense to play better, but you know that's out of your control. All you can do, keep putting points on the scoreboard and keep giving your defense opportunities to make stops.
Williams going to get it again on second down.
Oh, it bowls over it.
67 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball, the ones in the huddle doing the chirping, right now I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Well, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
Well, if they have any designs of getting back into this football game in the second half, they're going to need to be much sharper offensively than they were on this opening possession. Not much happening here, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10.
At their own 28-yard line.
He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that game.
And a lane slow materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
Here comes 3rd down at 7. Back to throw here, Herbert. He's got his target. That's complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 39. Going to be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And I'll tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
On 1st down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
Herbert's throw pulled in there by Johnston.
Well, they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Herbert. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 20-yard line. The Chargers' passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. Herbert operating from the red zone. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Justin Herbert looking to throw on 2nd down. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Here's Herbert.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
York able to send this one through. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. And coming out now, the Broncos. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
A give to Williams, running right. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you've got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage. And that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he's caught. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 19. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now back to throw. To the right side, incomplete to Washington. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. 2nd and 11. They'll set up to throw. His throw caught at about the 5.
And the Broncos are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood.
It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. It's caught on the right side, Williams. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It'll go as a loss on the play, not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
Williams.
Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, tried his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Williams again. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. More from L.A. in a moment.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver.
Greg Dulcich
there to make the grab.
And the Broncos have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The Charger defensive unit making their way back out there. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback, because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you got a battle on your hands.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. They go play action here on first down. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. They'll set up a throw. He completes this to Sutton. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. The offense on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Daquan Jones fighting his way home to get the sack.
It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach, trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over.
L.A. readies for its next possession.
They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
123 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Herbert on first down now. Finds Johnston. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. And they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
They'll run with Dobbins.
Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, That looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
Maybe the old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
York able to send this one through.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
Here's 1st and 10.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
And that's caught by Williams.
And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
Finding Sutton. And he is going to have a Broncos 1st down, and they come up with a big one there to keep the drive moving and then some.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens in bounds.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Well, they need to score, and score quick. 1 timeout remaining. Final minute, 1st and 10. He'll drop this down to Williams.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
They come up now on 2nd and 2.
They'll look to throw again.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Back to throw again. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. So no shortage of offense in this game, but a very clean game too, Charles. Each side got its points, but they did so without committing a single turnover.
That's so true, and it certainly felt like NFL football at its finest, right? You talk about the highest level from both of these offenses. Neither one of them afraid of taking risks, and both of them aggressively pushing it downfield. I did like, Brandon, how smart they were about going about their business, though. They were high-flying, but they took care of the ball.
Yeah, they did. And just keeping it clean in a game like this with all these points, you don't see that very often, even at the highest level. Job well done by both sides.
So for Los Angeles, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Denver, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.